Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be talking to you about anxiety and just being a new mum. So if you haven't met me already, my name is Juliette. I am a mum of 2 boys. Leo is 4 and Lucas is coming up to 10 months. And I wanted to do this video, and I probably shouldn't do it today because I'm feeling very emotional about it today, but it's just one of those things that I just got this urge to do this video, and I thought, let's sit down and talk and just help mums out there that are probably feeling the way I've felt. But let's get into it. So I had my little boy. He is 10 months this month, so I had him on the 21st of December 2017. I was supposed to have a planned C-section because I had an emergency C-section with my first boy, and then I was supposed to have a planned C-section with Lucas on Boxing Day, and he had different ideas. He decided to come early and I had to have an emergency C-section. So from the start, you know, I didn't have a great pregnancy with him. The actual C-section itself didn't go to plan, and we had to stay in hospital for a few more days. I mean, luckily we were out for Christmas. We were out for Christmas Eve, which was really nice, because I was worried about that, having my other little boy at home. But yeah, so we got home and everything was okay. I mean, obviously it's major surgery. You do really struggle. Lucas really didn't sleep. We had a lot of trouble with breastfeeding at the start. He just wasn't taking to it, so we had to switch to formula. But even then, he was a very colicky baby, so he didn't sleep very much. We were both exhausted. We also had a 4-year-old who caught a sickness bug, may I add, like a few days after we had Lucas. So he was throwing up everywhere, so we were keeping an eye on him. I just had major surgery. You know, you're not sleeping. It's difficult, you know, changing the dynamic of the family anyway. But anyway, you adapt. You know, you can't really give much advice for somebody having their first child, as apart from just take it as it comes. You are the mom and you are the dad, and you know what is best for that child, and it will come naturally. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. Just do what you have to do. If you can't breastfeed, don't breastfeed. If you have to bottle feed, then bottle feed. There's nothing wrong with that. If you think that you don't agree with something the health visitor is saying, don't do it. Do what you think is best. I, for one, didn't do some of the things that I was supposed to do. Lucas slept on his front, as did Leo, and they're not allowed, not supposed to do that. He went into his cot at 6 weeks in his own bedroom, but for me that was my peace of mind, and that gets me on to what started my anxiety. So Lucas was about he was just coming up to 5 weeks old, and my husband hadn't been out since we'd had him, so he hadn't been out over Christmas or New Year. He hadn't been out with any of his friends from work, and I said to him, you go out, I'll look after Lucas. Leo's in bed, I've got this. You know, I was starting to move around a lot better after surgery, and I just wanted him to have that time to himself, and it would have been nice for me to have that one-on-one time with Lucas as well. And so my husband left. I was giving Lucas his late night feed, and he'd finished most of his milk, and I put him on my knee or over me to burp him, and he just started choking. What I can only describe as that's what it looked like. So obviously I'm starting to panic a little, and I pick him up and I'm holding him, and he starts to froth at the mouth and go blue. And at this point, obviously I'm panicking. I know that there's something wrong, so I ring 999, have to give it to them. They were really, really nice. They kept me calm. They told me to strip him off strip all his clothes off, and just to, you know, keep calm, because they said that he would feed off my emotion. So if I was panicking, it may panic him more. So I had to like try and keep calm. The ambulance got here in like what felt like forever, but seconds, like literally under 5 minutes. They were here, they were through the door, they had the heart monitor on him, they were helping him, they were giving him oxygen. Now, it might seem really bad to a lot of mums out there, or this might seem like nothing, but I can tell you this, that even having one child, when something like this happens, you panic so much, you don't know what to do. You know, this little tiny bundle that you're 100% in charge of, you know, you don't know what to do. And the ambulance were great. We went straight to hospital. The ambulance ride wasn't so great on the C-section scar, I admit. But yeah, we went there. They checked him out, checked him over. Basically what had happened is he had had a fit. And what had happened was he had drank all his milk. And then when he, when I winded him, he actually threw up quite a lot of milk. Now, apparently, I mean, I'm no medical person, I'm not a nurse, I'm not a doctor, I don't know anything, I only know what they told me. They said that when an infant loses so much body fluid so fast, that kind of sends them into a state of shock. And he had a fit. So they were on the phone to me, they were telling me to strip him off and get the window open because it could have been a heat related fit, but they were also telling me, you know, to keep an eye on him because it could have been the loss of liquid, which it was. From that, we also found out he had a heart murmur from that, which had no relation to it, but at least we found that out as well. And he was absolutely fine, and you know, luckily he was okay. But however, as the weeks kind of went on, I noticed that I wasn't right. I would panic if we went out. I didn't go out, I didn't want to go out. I was panicked if I was at home on my own with him. Like, I always wanted somebody here with me. I didn't want to take him out at all. And I really struggled, and I went to the doctors, and this is where I found out that I had kind of like a post-traumatic stress disorder, but more like anxiety. From that, I felt like a bad mum because I felt like it was my fault, and that was really hard. And I think that is something that I need to address here. You are not a bad mum. And the doctor told me, you know, you are not a bad mum, you are a great mum. But you do put yourself down, you do start thinking, is it my fault? Is it something I did? Did I put that child in danger? And you do get upset with yourself. And I think you shouldn't ever think you are a bad mum. You know, things happen and you can't change that. And so don't ever put yourself down. You know, it's so hard. Every mom goes through different emotions when they have a baby. What happened to me really escalated my emotions because I was already quite hormonal. I just had a baby. Your hormones are all over the place anyway, and when something like that happens, I think it does escalate. With Leo, I did suffer with postnatal depression. But it's something that I just got over with time. But with Lucas, he is 10 months old now, and I do still suffer quite bad with anxiety. in the sense of I tend not to go out if I can. I've just joined Slimming World, which is really helping me, and it's more not just for the weight loss, but more for getting me out and talking to people, because I think that's really important. But I've lost a lot of my friends. I mean, like, I don't really like to go out because I find that I'm really depressed in how I look and my body image, and you know, I do try with that, but it's hard. And I want to talk honestly and say that you aren't alone. There are a lot of mums out there that have gone through traumatic experiences, or they've just had a baby, which is a massive thing in life, and you feel lonely and you feel very isolated, and you feel like you go to groups and everybody's in their cliques, so you like go to one and then you don't want to go to another one because you just think, nobody wants to talk to me, nobody wants to be my friend, I don't fit in. And that's just how you feel. And I mean, there are a lot of mums that have gone out and have said, you know, keep going, and you will find a clique and you will find a friend. I mean, that hasn't happened to me, but I've found friends in other ways. I've found friends through YouTube. I found you've got those couple of close friends that are with you through everything, and they're really important. And you've just got to keep getting up and keep getting ready and keep doing stuff. Now, I don't really go out with the boys still, because of the issues that I have, and I do really feel guilty sometimes. Like, mum guilt is horrendous. Like, I feel, you know, when my friends have gone, oh, we've gone to the farm today, or we've took our children to the safari park, or we've gone for a walk, we've done this and done the other, and I'm sitting there thinking, we sat in and watched CBeebies. But you know, I've spent time with the children, and that's all that matters to me. So you don't have to take your child out every day, and you don't have to feel like you have to do all these things, because you're doing the best that you can. And I'm here to tell you that you aren't alone. There are a lot of mums that feel the same. So just embrace being a mum, and don't worry about whether you're doing the right or the wrong thing, and just appreciate that little bundle of joy that you've got. And it's hard, it is really hard, but you were made to be a mum, and you will get through this, and I know you will, and I know because I did. And there are people out there that have been through far worse, and they have come out of it as well. And I just want to ramble on and tell you my story, and tell you that, you know, even when things are really shitty, they get better. And you know, I do feel a lot better than I did 10 months ago. It just takes time, so just be strong, push through, and you'll be a great mum. Yeah, and that was my absolute massive rambling for like over 10 minutes, but I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope it helped somebody, even if it just helped one person, you know, that would mean a lot to me. So hit like, hit subscribe, stick around, and it has been great to have you here. So until next time, take care, bye.